All right, good morning, good morning. So, what happened? So last night I took a long, I forgot what price I came in at. But I was targeting 350s overnight for a gap up. We got a little bit of chop overnight and just a small push this morning. I did take profits, and after just analyzing the charts and whatnot, I decided to re-enter short. Ended up shorting right at the top here. I took partials here, or sorry,
1 minute now
I took
until we get the
partials here,
market
and
on
then on
opening
a
balance.
bounce, I re-entered to the same exact position, and then I took one partial right here, so I've got still 80% of the position left. I'm taking off half position on a move to about the 26 100s level, and then for a potential gap fill from yesterday, I'll take the final half of the position off. So if that does happen, I would think it would happen pretty quickly this morning. We do have Fed speaker right now, I believe, talking. Let's see here. We got Fed's Logan speaking. I think he started early. So he's
10
speaking
seconds.
right now, and then we're about to have market open. So yeah, let's see what happens. Currently, we do have a little bit of weakness, though.
Asset says we're looking at close to 4% for US economic
Good
growth in
morning,
the third
Eva.
quarter.
Morning
Market
into
on opening
oil.
balance now. S&P
Let's go make
500 a
some
sell
money.
side
It
of
will open
115
green.
million. NASDAQ
I
100 a
mean,
buy
yeah, we
side of
gapped up.
44
We
million.
gapped up
Dow
a
30 at a
bit
sell side of just 1 million. And MAG
here
7 a buy
overnight,
side
and
of
it pulled
36
back
million.
so far about 100 points from pre-market up here. So I mean, yeah, we're technically opening up green, technically gapped up. Lynette, good morning. It's Friday. Let's finish green today.
We're seeing
100%.
reports that Russia plans to issue a debut sovereign yuan-denominated bond, according to sources.
Okay, got our music on.
Apple shares at a record high
Okay,
now after the company forecast the holiday quarter iPhone sales
see if
above
we can get a
estimates, last
sweep
up
of
around 2%.
overnight levels to the downside. Okay, there's a little bit of, so came up to 270 rejected. A little bit of consolidation around the 200 level, ultimately breaking down below. Now testing some overnight levels here. I want to see it actually
So
break
shares of Chevron
some
are
of
up
these overnight
2.1%
levels.
following the company topping its Q3 earnings estimates.
I
But
think
AbbVie shares down 3.3% after their
if
results.
the NASDAQ can come down somewhere into this range from yesterday,
Amazon shares at a record high,
somewhere into
last up
this range,
12% after
and
the
if it
company
holds
forecasts
support here,
Q4 sales above
there's
estimates.
potential of looking for longs, I think. So this
So
was
Amazon shares have
very
added
choppy. If it does get
$295
in
billion
here,
in market value since
I'm
the
not
close
gonna try
yesterday.
to take any longs here. If it comes all the way down to yesterday's low, find support, I'll try to take a long into that range. But as of right now, I'm looking for potential longs off of this, the top of this chop range. So that's what I'll be waiting for to test. Technically testing overnight lows as well as just the top of this chop here. Okay, S&P is on the exact same thing as the NASDAQ right now. Same exact thing, testing these overnight lows. S&P actually looks a lot cleaner. If you can see here, S&P, look at that. Overnight, the overnight support that was holding, pretty dang solid. About 68, 68, 92, 93. So I need to see it tap through there. NASDAQ a little bit more choppy.
Order
Okay.
filled.
There's our first partial. Perfect. Okay, we also got a breakdown signal initiated. Okay. So that was a breakdown of a trend line whenever that moved down there. Average move of 70 points based on backtest. That would be 26,122 approximately.
In 10 minutes
Be
time
right
now, at
down here.
9:45 a.m. Eastern time, we get the US
That would
Chicago
technically
PMI.
average
Forecast
move would
42
sweep
on the prior
all
40
overnight
spot
lows.
6.
Gonna open my spreadsheet up real quick. Okay, our average is about 74 points with a win rate of 70%. So far, this breakdown is already a winner because it moved 50 points. Good morning, Mango. Yeah, I saw those payouts. This is nice, man. Good job. By the way, guys, I posted the new investing challenge video. So the 10K challenge completed and on to the 100K challenge. If you guys want to participate in, I'm going to be doing a Take Profit Trader free eval giveaway. You're not going to have to, Take Profit Trader, they updated their rules. So on giveaway accounts, there's no activation fee, no fees at all. So, and you get 60 days to pass the eval, I believe, on giveaway accounts. So if, and I'm not 100% sure on that. I know when you activate a credit, you get 60 days. So if you want to participate in that, make sure you go to that most recent video and just follow that pinned comment. So I'm just trying to get some interaction with that video. So liking, commenting, and sharing that video. And yeah, I'll do that TPT eval giveaway on the first investing challenge update. Which, speaking of, I'm gonna make my purchase. And I think I'll say it live on stream every day, the stock purchase, and I'll post it in Discord, but I'm not gonna make the shorts anymore. Those daily shorts were kind of annoying. I'll probably make like a weekly short, just to, and by short I mean like the YouTube shorts. I'll probably make like a weekly one to just go over the things that were bought and sold and the weekly portfolio performance.
In 5 minutes time now at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time, we get the US Chicago PMI for October. Forecast 42 on the prior 40 spot 6.
Those green lines are my targets. So I got 3 more micros left, and those 3 green lines are my targets. I think that next green line may potentially be a bottom, so I'll be paying attention to how it reacts around that 26,100 level, and potentially cut the position there. Greed is good. I don't know about that, but I do have these levels marked out, especially since we didn't have a good real good gap up overnight. I think there's potential of hitting these, so that would be basically the top of this chop range yesterday, which is about the 100 level, then the bottom of this chop range, and then basically yesterday's low. So those are the 3 targets as of right now. My first target, or my first 2 targets already hit. I shorted up here. My first target was around 200, so I took there. Second target was about 150, 140 something. So that's about the top of this. So that already hit. Next one's here, top of this range, and so on and so forth. Man, I'm surprised Comcast like dumped so much off earnings. It seems like a crazy deep value stock, to be honest. That options play is down like 50%. Kind of crazy. I mean, we'll see. We got 3 months until the option expires. But I'm honestly surprised. Like a lot of analyst targets are almost double its current price, and their financials look really, really good, to be honest. I mean, not really, really good, but pretty dang good. So I'm surprised it's valued at where it's at right now.
One minute now for the US Chicago PMI.
Oh, we got PMI as well. Okay, that might move this a little bit, potentially. Hopefully 26,100 isn't preloaded with support. Want to at least see a little sweep through it. At least just to get our partial filled. Take 1/5 off the table. I already took 1/5 off. I took 2/5
seconds.
off the table already. Now I got 60% left. So, like I said, I already shorted up here,
spot 8,
and I took multiple
spot 8,
partials
higher than
on this
forecast
move.
42.
So if I see some kind of bottoming formation here on the top of this, I guess, consolidation range, if I see like decent support and bottoming here, then I will try to take a long. But as of right now, like, I actually need to see it. Otherwise, I just gotta keep holding short. Because we only really saw this really big move because of earnings. And after hours, that's really it. Overall, the market wanted to go down. And then this overnight high wasn't really like, it's not a really legitimate high because, you know, it's overnight trading. It's not New York session trading. So there's our third partial taken. So now we're testing these highs here. And now these ones are pretty much long shots down here. So now if I see a bottoming formation, I will close out. I'm actually surprised by this trade. Not a bad trade. This trade, I think, was over $1,000. I made I think $600 from the long. I guess so. It's over, yeah, over about 1,400 then. Seems like a lot though. This isn't even that big of a move. Well, I guess it is. It's already over 150 points, so never mind. I guess that makes sense because I had an average of like 5 contracts going down. So in here, next target would be 26K-ish.
Cable drops below 1.31 for the first time since April.
If the top of this range does not hold and it gets into this range and starts like chopping around, I'm not going to like try to long in this range. I'm not going to play that. Either I'll play the break through this range and potentially finding support down here and to long it into the bottom of the range here, or, you know, we get bottoming formation here somewhere. Maybe it could be forming now. Then we take a long targeting overnight high. But like if it breaks into this area and just chops around here, I don't want to touch it. And honestly, like I feel like in here it would only be, I would only want to play scalps. Okay, buyers are trying to hold that 26,100 level. Okay, and then also, just so you guys are aware, so we're waiting for kind of this chop range to get either tapped into or broken through on the NASDAQ, but take a look at the S&P. Here was the chop range here. So the S&P, the chop range was a little bit higher, and take a look at it. It broke through it, and now it's kind of testing the bottom of it. So I think on the S&P, we're already in that chop range. I want to see it fail the bottom of that range and continue down to its lows yesterday. Okay, QQQ to SPY ratios it pretty much opened at all-time highs. Gapped up pretty significantly. So if tech were to sell off a bit, it's got a ways to go. Also, be careful playing the 15-minute orb today as well, because we do have a pretty wide range. We have 100 points of range almost on the dot. Okay, I'm happy that we took off already. 60% of the position. So now we just got 2 micros. No more big risk left. And now for these last 2 moves, we got about $450 approximately at this current level on these 2 micros in profit. And we're targeting at least double that. Then we see bottoming, we're still locking in several $100s. Okay, gold's falling. NASDAQ's finding a little bit of a bid. S&P starting to tap back into yesterday's chopping range. Not ideal. Pretty low volume on this sell too, to be honest. Much lower than the past several days. Okay. but sellers still remain in control. So let's take a look at the 1 minute chart. Look at those 1 minute wicks. Sellers still in control here. Buyers trying to hold that 26,100 level. So if buyers succeed here, this would be a good spot to potentially have bottoming formation into long this into overnight highs. So if we do see bottoming here and good support, we target overnight highs, which is about a 150 point move from its current level right now. Sellers still seem to be in control. Okay, nice. Sellers are showing up. Sellers are looking like they're winning the battle right now. The buyers aren't giving up without a fight here. Okay. Frank, thank you for the sub. Welcome to the channel. Okay. Buyers still holding that 26,100 level. So sellers are having difficulty breaking through there. Let's see if we get some bottoming formation. Gold did start pumping just a little bit. Little tiny bounce there. Okay. Sellers continuing trying to push it down. Have you seen the IFR on Microsoft? If that closes like that, the weekly, I've never heard of the IFR on the weekly. Let's see. Yeah, I have no idea what that means. IFR. I know it's a Lord of the Rings reference, but as far as like trading, I don't know what that means. All I see for Microsoft is that it pumped pretty dang good. And it might have a little bit of profit taking today. That's all I really know. Okay, sellers were able to make a lower leg. Good thing we didn't cut there preemptively. Let's see if we actually get the move down to the level we want. Okay, S&P's broken below its chop range. S&P's, I would say S&P next step would be testing yesterday's lows. We might find some random support throughout, but so far it's broken through that chop range. NASDAQ's still struggling with that top of the chop range support. Okay, a big bounce on that. Okay. Now this could potentially be bottoming. Okay, what did that bounce off of? Just a little bit. Went a little bit into that range from yesterday. I guess it's testing the top of the range now. So we shall see. On the weekly and monthly, it's a double top. The second candle up. If you put an eye in it, that's what I mean regarding IFSR. So on the weekly and monthly, it's a massive double top. It did kind of go above it though. It broke to all-time highs. It's not exactly a double top. It could potentially even be a bullish breakout. Oh wait, no, you're right. Just kidding.
Hyundai
I
Motor
just
Group announces
verified it. Never
NVIDIA
mind.
Blackwell AI factory
That is a
to power
potential
fleet
double
of
top. You're
AI-driven
right.
mobility
Okay.
solutions.
I'm seeing it now. Okay. Wait, you said Microsoft, right? Yeah, Microsoft. Wait, I was looking at the wrong graph. I was looking at Amazon. My bad. I was looking at Amazon. That was a bullish breakout. Yeah, Microsoft, yeah. That could potentially be a double top. You're right about that. Yeah, I was looking at Amazon accidentally. With the big gap up to all-time highs. Okay, and then news-wise, what do we have? Well, we don't have much. We just have a Fed speaker in 2 hours, and that is about it. That's about it. So as far as volume goes, volume is just a little bit lower than the past couple days. Just a little bit lower. But I would think end of the month, end of the week, maybe with the weakness we've seen so far, the slight weakness, that's kind of why I'm thinking to target these levels. So we shall see. Okay. It's popping back up, testing the top of that range. All right, I'll be right back. So far, I mean, it looks like, kind of looks a little balanced, doesn't it? Seller's still, I guess, technically in control, but it's about in the middle right now. I'll be right back. I'm going to go use the restroom, and hopefully this doesn't skyrocket and I lose too much money. All right, be right back. Okay. Oh, Chow, sorry I missed your message. Buy some calls end of day for 3rd November. We're gonna rally whole day on November 3rd. You think so? I don't know. I won't buy calls. Because anything could happen, but, you know, if we will be bullish that day, we'll try to take some longs. I'm guessing you're looking at some back tests for like after Halloween or something. How the average moves go. I know it's there's a back test for the market after Labor Day, I think it was. And it's like usually a rally after Labor Day, I believe. I'm a little bit tempted to leverage on higher, but I don't know if it's a smart thing to do. Just a little tempted though. A little tempted to leverage on because this is like a perfect entry to play the 15-minute orb. It's the only reason I'm a bit tempted. Seller's still technically in control as well right now. I mean, I'll add
Order
one.
filled.
I'll add one. I'll play for the 15-minute orb with that one, which would be approximately down here. So I just entered at the bottom of the 15-minute range. It looks like sellers are still in control. Maybe potential bottoming if buyers can bounce it out here. So far, sellers have been keeping this down fairly nicely, under 26,100. But if buyers can get it above and hold it above, then 15-minute orb may
US
fail.
Energy Secretary Wright says the US discussed sending more oil and gas to Europe.
I'm hearing those market buyers step back in. Okay. I rejected, I believe, the 5-minute 9 EMA and the 1 minute. Yeah, the 5-minute 9 EMA, that's what I rejected. Hello, baby. Uh-oh. Making trouble. No, no, no. No, no, no.
Yeah.
Did you say yeah? No. Okay, we made a lower low. Almost hit our TP1 on the 15-minute orb there. Let's hope it's not just a quick sweep and bottoming. Let's hope it's not a quick fake out to get longs out. Missed by about 3 points there.
Energy Secretary Wright says the goal is to bring Canada and the US back together for trade talks. We want to see Canada and the US cooperate on oil, gas, and minerals.
Tesla's back in positive gamma. It was rejecting 450. It's above 450 now. That's not good. Google may potentially sell off more. Microsoft's been selling off. Hopefully has not found a bottom. Big buyers there. Trade gold too. I don't really see any good setups for gold right now, so I'm not touching it. Like, there's a possibility to long it, I think, for the breakout. But I think this could easily fail this uptrend as well. Oh, included in the title? You think I should?
Energy Secretary Wright says there is a lot of room for a win-win in closer China-US energy ties.
How should I include it? Should I put GC or like just gold? I think so. Yeah, I guess there are a lot of gold traders. Okay, I'll put gold. Okay, I added those. Okay. Going back a little bit. Okay. I don't really like this here. Bears came in, swept this low here, and then buyers brought it right back up. Don't like that. You gave me a thumbs up. Thanks, brother.
Freddie Mac shares fall 7% to a session low.
Should get a good price to short again, take profits. Think so? I don't know. Thing is, if I exit this short, I don't think I'm gonna touch it for a while. I'm either holding this short to at least hit this next target, or like I get out of it because it is like in this chop range. I don't like that chop range. Feel like I have a new friend to trade with. Heck yeah. That's why I like live streaming while trading. That's like why I started doing it, because it's like it's lonely, you know, day trading all day by yourself. Like it's nice to have people to talk to while you're doing it, bounce ideas off each other and whatnot. Okay, gold down to view app. At a certain point, we could see a breakdown of gold. Maybe you wouldn't target like a full break of these levels. Maybe you would target something like 39.70 on the short. So you'd be targeting like 60 or 50 points to the downside. Okay. I don't like it, NASDAQ. Kind of looks like bottoming, doesn't it? Okay. Think I need to close out here.
Order filled.
Okay, I closed out. It's unfortunate that my my target didn't get filled here. I missed by 3 points. That was a $100 scalp there. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, no, no. Thank you. You're trying to mess up all my stuff over here. Could it be we just hit a double bottom? Potentially, yeah. Because we saw sellers were in control here. Sellers were in control. Then buyers came in. Stopped out maybe some shorts. And then, you know, you started looking like buyers are in control, and then it got a sweep and it broke this level here. So I would think maybe some people came in long here because they're like, oh, maybe this is looking like bottoming. And then they set their stop down here, and then this quick sweep stopped them all out. So I don't know. Gotta tread carefully here, I think, though. Okay, let's just verify. All right, so we came down to that level. Came down, I guess, basically to the top of this chop range. It did kind of break through a little bit into the chop range. But like the NASDAQ does do that pretty often. It does like kind of blow through levels fairly often. Did break through. Does break through levels pretty often. Sweeps through, fakes people out. I think if we see like some decent strength, I could try to long this. There's potential of it being a bottom. You'd be longing into the VWAP. I tried to fill, missed it.
Order filled.
Okay. Let's try to long it. Think I'll target. I think I'll take 60% off. Right about here. Probably want to set the stop down here. Yeah, 25 micros split across 5 accounts. Okay, and I think I can move up my stop actually to break even now. Huh?
Order filled.
Oh. Okay, we got our stop set. Our first target filled. Okay, I'm gonna adjust this. There's our stop. I think I'll try to ride this up. If it can break through VWAP, I think I'll just try to ride this up. I'll just keep that stop loss and profit. I only got 2 micros, but I'll try to ride this up quite far. Maybe potentially ride it up to 200. Maybe to these overnight highs, if this does break through VWAP. The risk to reward is bad. Well now the risk to reward is now the risk is 0. I mean, I saw this little consolidation here. So I took the risk here with a small stop loss to at least get a push close to the VWAP, which it happened. I took off. It happened, and I took off 60% of the position. Also, this came down basically to one of my key levels for potential support, and you know it was a little bit messy, but the fact that this swept here and bounced right back up, we had strong buyers on both of these. This is kind of the play I was waiting for too long. I was staying short just in case we went to some other key levels to potentially find support, but so far it's playing out. We'll see if this is actually the level where where it ends up being the key support for the day. See if we can actually break this view up. Also, since we're nice and green on the day, I'm not gonna like leverage much more or like take any crazy trades. I'll try to take partials like as quickly as possible, and then just try to ride out the bigger plays with small position sizing. So I only got 2 micros per account right now. Very small. So there's the low rejection on VWAP. See how strong it can hold. We can continue the momentum. And that's exactly 26,150 as well. Gold's bouncing just slightly, but it's looking pretty weak. For gold, sellers are in control right now. For NASDAQ, buyers did regain control right now. So sellers don't step in. Buyers are nice and in control, and it's primed for the move up. Just got to get through this view up. Okay, good push. I could trail here, I guess. Maybe I'll wait for a more significant break. Okay, I'll trail now. It's only 2 micros though, so it's nothing crazy. Current first target is 26,200. And maybe I do take a partial there, take half of the current position off around there. So let's do that. Take it out 26,196. And then if we can get above that 200 level and hold decently well, then we're targeting overnight highs. Yeah, I guess not too bad. Doesn't look too terrible on the 4-hour chart. Or sorry, on the hourly chart. You're gonna play short here? Just need confirmation? Okay. Be careful. I mean, I guess it's not a terrible idea to try to short, potentially from, you know, the bottom of the overnight range, but I don't know if that's going to be strong enough to really make this reject. But we'll see. So far, it looks like a genuine move. Those who chase the VWAP breakout just volunteered to be liquidity for the real move. Maybe. Just be careful. I sometimes get stuck with an idea in a scenario that I was thinking that would play out, and then I get stuck with that idea for the rest of the
Fed
day, and
dated
it
overnight
burns
index
me.
swaps trim the December
Trying
rate
to
cut odds
trying to
about
learn from that.
50%.
Because like here I was playing lower. I took partials on the way down, which is good that I'm starting to do that. But honestly, that's only really good for evals. But overall, you know, try not to get married to any ideas. Okay, December rate cut odds are about 50%, apparently. Before, I don't remember how high they were, but they were pretty high. By the way, for any of you guys that use or love funding ticks, that prop firm, they are running a 24-hour 50% off right now for Halloween. So if you guys love the funding ticks, prop firm, or if you want a prop firm that provides instant funded accounts, they're running 50% off. That's the highest I've ever seen them run it. The 100K instant funded is usually 600, so right now it's 300. If that's something that you're looking for. I don't know about their evals, how good they are price-wise. It seems like they might be decent with 50% off. Looks like their 50K eval is, after 50% off, it's $69. I don't know how much their activation fee is or anything like that, but do have a couple people in the stream that do like funding ticks. So just wanted to call out that 24-hour sale that they're having. Okay, Fed speaker in an hour and 12 minutes. Gold is starting to fall a bit. Not exactly like an alarming fall yet. Still holding this trend line. Still overall trending up on gold. And NASDAQ potentially building another bull flag here. Always grinding. Have you used their straight to funded? I have not, no. I got the affiliate code with them because I had multiple people in the stream really vouch for that prop firm. They loved it. I took a look, saw whether or not, they were large enough, whether they had any, like, red flags, if there are people post on Reddit that they're not getting payouts or anything like that. So I did a little bit of research, and they seem like a decent prop firm, so I put the affiliate code with them because a couple of those members asked me to get affiliated with them so they could use the code to support the
In 10
channel.
minutes time now, at the top of the hour, we get the
But
release of
I
the
have not
Canadian
used
budget
the
balance.
straight to
The prior
funded,
was minus 1.51 billion.
but it seems like a decent price. 100K for 100K instant funded for $300 seems like a pretty decent price, I think. But you do have to, like, make sure you read through their rules and everything. I think they have consistency rules. So if you're a consistent trader and you can, make like $500 every day, just take like 1 or 2 quick trades, make $500 every day. You do that for a couple days, and then you got the instant funded paid for. I'm really liking how much the NASDAQ has been moving points-wise. It's been a lot of good moves, guys. You just got to make sure that you're on the right side. But I definitely like that it's been nice big moves the past several weeks. As long as you're on the right side, you're basically always locking in profits. A couple months ago, there were days where it was like so choppy and also not moving very many points at all throughout the day. Right now, it's like, I mean, like look at this. Not even looking at the overnight. Like, from open, we got a 150-point move down. Then from the bottom here, we got a 130-point move up. It's like, if you're playing in the right direction, you're like almost guaranteed to be locking in some points. We should see a clean short setup in gold in about 2 hours. Yeah, possibly. We'll see. It just has to break that overall trend line. Starts breaking that, yeah. A gold short may be really good. I think you could easily lock in. I mean, you should like almost automatically lock in like 20 points with a gold short if it does start to break. But like ideally you could probably target like 50 or 70 points even. Which we may see that on gold if the NASDAQ actually starts pushing up to this overnight high. We may see that on gold. First target 39.90. Okay. Testing VWAP. They don't really reject much of anything.
So a reminder, in 5 minutes time we have the Canadian budget balance, prior minus 1.51 billion.
Kind of want to take a very, very tight risk trade here. 3, 2, 1.
Order
I'm gonna
filled.
take a super tight risk trade here. On a quick 5 micro scalp. At Pasha, I'm long in QQQ at 633. Don't know where to exit. My target for that would probably be the pre-market highs, but I don't know if we actually hit it. So far, direction looks like we might be headed toward that direction, but you never know. We're testing VWAP now, so we do need to see a breakout for that to be a possibility. This little setup may actually get stopped out. Okay, breakout here, please. You're missing a golden short setup just because you're stuck babysitting that tiny long position. Classic trader trap. Well, I mean, I already locked in good profits on the day, so I don't want to be going too big of risk either way. Can we get this breakout? Looks like it wants to. Yeah, like I said, I don't really want to take like any more big risks, just because, you know, already got good profits locked in, you know. And the thing is, like, I can still grind up some good profits by taking
minute
small
remaining.
positions for long rides right now, like targeting overnight highs. It's gonna be a good profit. That's gonna be like $500 on 2 micros, or like 300 something bucks per account. Sure, yeah. Looks like it wants to break out. At least get our scalp. Scalp is about 12 points, I think. I think I bought it at like 26,157, so
10
12
seconds.
points. 10 seconds till something comes out. I don't know what it is. Missed by like 1 tick there.
minus 3.28 billion, minus 3.28 billion.
It's like it looked like it wanted to break out, and then sellers are just not letting it. Yeah, I missed by like 1 tick on that. Usually when I take scalps like this, I want them to hit within a couple minutes. I don't want to sit here waiting for it. Okay, let's try to just take 10 points then. $10 is $100.
Order filled.
Okay, perfect. Remove that stop loss. And then I'll also move up my little baby micro long position up to the bottom of that wick. We still got that partial at 200. And next we'll probably take up here. Okay, let's take a look at gold. Gold's showing still a little bit of weakness, but no like real breakdown yet. Okay, QQQ to SPY ratio is going up. It's basically at all-time highs. Pretty crazy, but it is going up right now. Let's also take a look at our stocks. Good morning, Trading Pennies. Good to see you. So here are my key levels, by the way, for the day. So we did sweep through this key level. I was targeting lower, but the NASDAQ blows through key levels constantly. But right now we're headed up to this key level. Hopefully we'll break through that. Next is going to be the overnight high. But let's take a look at some stocks. See what's going on here. So we got Netflix running up. Nvidia. Nice pop there after, I guess, testing 205-ish. Broadcom chopping around. Meta selling off a bit. Apple sold off. Maybe found a bottom. Amazon selling off a bit. Probably will continue to sell off a bit. People taking profits. Oracle. Oracle's been like in a big downtrend, but maybe has some room to move up. Tesla is positive gamma. It was struggling here with the 450 level, which is a big call wall, and it has broken above again. So if it stays above, holds above, it could squeeze up to the next call wall, which is approximately 500 on Tesla. So, if it does that next week, NASDAQ's definitely hitting all-time highs, most likely. Okay, Google found some buyers at a certain point. 277. Okay. So Google found some buyers. Just doing a retracement could potentially sell off more. And then Microsoft also found some buyers. So Microsoft was selling off a bit. 515 looks like found some support. It's had buyers ever since. So that's our stocks. Gold, you know, gold's chopping around right now. I mean, it looks like possibly sellers are a little bit in control here, but buyers are holding this 40-20-ish area. So it's potential it breaks out higher, but if you get some nice confirmation here on weakness, it breaks this kind of uptrend, then gold might be a decent play. Then NASDAQ seems to be holding that 150 level. So NASDAQ looking to potentially break out. Having a good day, yeah, not too bad. So I've already brought down risk since we're nice and green on the day. But yeah, thankfully I woke up nice and early this morning. If you guys were on the Discord, or if you guys saw my message on the Discord, I took a long somewhere around here. I don't remember where. Maybe right here. I took a long. I was targeting like 26,350 in case that this would like rally up to there overnight. It did not. It jumped around a little bit. So I woke up, saw where my position was, but when I woke up, this was already rallying up here. So I took profits up here whenever I saw some weakness, and I reassessed the charts on this weakness, and I actually took a short here pre-market. And we basically rode this short down. I took partials at, I think, 220. Took partials 220, 195, 193-ish. Like 150-ish, 160-ish, and then like 26,090, something like that. So I took a bunch of partials down. I had 3 more micros, I believe. 2 or 3 more micros here that I was targeting, like 26, a little bit below 26K, and then 25, like 900-ish. So I was holding on to like 2 or 3 more micros, but it looks like we got some bottoming here. This was one of my key levels for potential spot where the NASDAQ does find a bottom. Since we got a strong rally up here, now I'm trying to actually long this into overnight highs. So yeah, just quick recap on what's been going on. All right, now this bull flag is bull flag in itself. Going into the weekend, green and happy. Yeah, it's the best way to close out a Friday, guys. We had way too many red Fridays. Good morning, just woke up. Well, good morning. Good morning, sunshine. I was saying that to Jonathan. Okay. Fed speaker in 50 minutes. So nothing really big other than potential tweets that could mess up our move. Pasha, how old are you? I am 31. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Wife just said you're 30. I'm 31. But it's okay. My wife is still 18. Barat, 17. 31. I thought you were 51. Oh, he said he's kidding. You're old, 59? Hey, 59's not old at all. My dad is mid 70s. And he's mid 70s and he's like working and moving and doing everything. Like he's mid 70s and you like he looks like the kind of guy that'll probably look like he's 50 all the way up until he's 100. Pretty crazy. Were you able to buy the dip, bro? Yeah. I bought the dip here. Or sorry, where did I buy it? I bought it, I think here actually. No, I bought it here, right here. So I shorted, took a bunch of partials, and then I bought here, full position size. I forgot what I did. Oh yeah, I bought here. I took 6, so I bought 5 micros right here. Bought 5 micros. Sold 3 right around here. So it took 60% off. So I'm holding just 2 micros still from that initial position. Then right around here, I bought 5 micros just for a very quick scalp. I ended up taking 10 points. I think I bought at 157, so right here. And I filled that scalp right here for about 10 points or so. So I brought up our average here. So from here to here is about, I don't know, $70 profit. And then this quick scalp was about $100 profit. And then these 2 micros that we're holding are currently almost $100 profit on the 2 micros. So I'm going to take my first partial here based on where I bought. This first profit target that I'm going to take on 50% off. That's profit about $140. Something like that. So since I'm like nice and green on the day, I'm not taking any more big trades. Like I was saying, I'm gonna, if I do like see a scalping opportunity, I'll maybe take like a quick one. But honestly, don't really feel like even taking quick scalps. I'd rather take super small positions. Like I already entered here. I can ride this up and I got stop loss in profit based on that position. This average just skewed because I took that quick 5 micro scalp. But I'm just I'm trying to play the big moves with tiny position sizing. Yeah, let's check out gold real quick. Okay. Gold's still holding. Still holding, chopping around a little bit. Chauhan, nice fake out. I don't know if that was a fake out, brother. We'll see. I think I mean I honestly am a little bit tempted to not even take this partial because I think we are headed up to overnight highs. Just a little bit of consolidation here. Like, taking this partial might be a little bit premature. Maybe taking a partial up here would be smarter. Maybe I'll actually do that. I think I should move up my partial to about here. And I'll just trail my stop. Is this your funded? Trading pennies, I ended up blowing my fundeds on that week of extremely high volatility. Whenever I was having my whenever I was getting my computer set up and everything. That like I'm talking I think it was the day where it was a 1,000-point drop. I don't remember if it was that way or that day or the day after, or like a couple days after. I don't remember. It's basically during that week. That week, like we went mega green, and then that trailing drawdown really hit me hard because it was like massive whipsawing. And I needed to lever down like insanely. I just didn't react fast enough. My prayer life 274. Yeah, so I would think that would be the target, yeah, for the full move, and possibly playing for the breakout of that level as well. We'll see how it goes though. I think I might be more comfortable like taking this half position off here at about 220, and then taking maybe the rest of the position off at like 260-ish. I don't know if I'm comfortable like actually playing the full-on breakout, but maybe I'll just hold it because I'll only have one micro. It's like, what do I have to lose, you know? Because if it does break that overnight high and we get like a crazy rally, I mean, we could potentially hit that 350-ish area. So like, if I don't just take profits here, that 350, that's another 100 points. Almost. So that's $200 on only one micro. Sorry to hear you'll get it back the way you're trading. Yeah, hopefully we'll see. Trying to play smart. Chauhan, you're gonna play long on Monday whole day, okay?
So the US proclamation, which is dated October 24th, affects Freeport's Miami
Going to overnight
smelter
highs,
for
it's
copper.
like 100 points at least, right?
Yeah, but the
Yeah,
strength in
from
copper
current
prices
levels,
coming
it's
through here now.
exactly 100 points up. So far, it's looking decent. We're staying above VWAP and everything. I'm not going full position size just because who knows what can happen. It's a Friday. It's end of month as well. So like, yeah, anything could happen. A tweet could come out randomly about something. We got a Fed speaker in 42 minutes. So like, I'm keeping it low leverage right now. When did we get a 1,000-point drawdown? Here, I'll show you. Where was it? It was right here. So this day, we dropped from 25,400, 25,390, all the way to 24,150. So this is 1,200 point drop, over 1,200 points. And within here, there was a lot of chop. And I'm talking like huge 100-point bounces, 200-point bounces. So that was pretty big. And then the days after, I don't remember if it was maybe this day. I don't remember if it was this day or if it was this day. I don't remember. Because right here, this day sold off from 25,200 all the way to 24,725. So about 400 point drop here. And then like it dropped down to here and then it bounced up 200 points like very, very quickly. So it's like very choppy, very volatile. This day, very volatile, but to the upside with big drops as it's going up, 200 point drops. So anyways, that week was pretty insane. Never seen that in your life? Yeah, I mean it was pretty crazy. The stars are telling us big green Monday and short today. Noted and ready to full port Monday. This morning broke down through and now it has returned to the prior uptrend line. Draw off the highs on the daily before that recent burst of action on the daily. Okay. Exactly short today to fund my full port Monday. Let the dip buyers donate first. And yeah, possible. It's possible this goes lower. We'll see. So far, I think this is a pretty genuine move into the overnight range. Okay. Gold kind of looks like it wants to break out a little bit. Could possibly stop me out here if it sweeps these levels here before going higher. That's fine because I'll stop me out and profit on that position. Like I said, this average is skewed because I took a quick scalp in here. I'm like tempted to take a long scalp here. Sellers are trying to sweep these levels. Good thing I didn't go for the long scalp. On a sweep, I get stopped out. They're really trying to sweep it.
Stop filled.
There it is. Okay. Sellers got in control here. Got 2K locked in. Okay. So now we're testing overnight lows. Okay. Now let's set it up, view up retest. Belhiti, you're short to 26K. All right. Yeah, we'll see. I think it's possible, yeah. Because I got my key level 26,100. Next one's about 25,970 for my two key levels. So, I mean, it is possible. We shall see. Your entry was 26,265. Very strong fair value gap. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's about where I entered short as well this morning. Good stuff. But you're still holding all through all of this. I'm surprised by that. QQQ's right on VWAP. Okay. Yeah, I mean, definitely sellers got back in control here. So gotta be careful if you're trying to long now. I think I potentially play it on a break of 26,100. I'm not gonna jump in short here. Okay, I'm gonna mute the mic because there'll be a vacuum in the background for a little bit. Okay, gold is kind of looking like it wants to break out here, by the way. May potentially be an interesting long. I don't think I'm going to take it though. But it does look like it wants to break out here. It may have started the breakout.
Order filled. Order filled.
Okay, whoever tried to short here, good job, I guess. Here's 26,100 testing. Not too bad.
Order filled.
I just took one micro here, targeting 25 points. I'm not gonna go full position size, taking little baby trades. So, and I'm already past my 2-hour mark now for the first 2 hours of the market. So I think I will stick to either 1 micro or 2 micro on any trades I take. And just play, I guess, the bigger moves. I think targeting at least like 25 points at a time. So right now I'm targeting 25 points to test these lower levels here. I mean, we'll see if it breaks these levels, then we're definitely headed down to 26K. So a little bit of a chop. A little bit of a chop. Not as bad as it was yesterday, but still a bit of a chop here. Moved from the bottom here to here, 130 points, rejected. Now we've moved down 100 points. Also, just so you guys know, we have triggered a breakdown signal. So if this stays below 26,090, technically the average move on this signal, it's a 70% win rate, and the average move is 70 points, which would mean that the average move would hit approximately 26,020. So that'd be the average move on this breakdown signal, but it does have to stay below 26,090 to confirm that breakdown signal. Also with that, I guess I could potentially target more points. I think I could probably target, I think I'll target 50. 50 points would be 26,043. 0.44. So I'll target 50 points on this trade. That'd be a sweep of these lows. That would also be preemptive profit taking on the breakdown signal. The breakdown signal average is higher, but it is a 70% win rate. And I considered them as wins if they get at least 40-point moves. So for those of you guys that are Patreon members, I share that back testing of the 15-minute orb as well as the trend line breakouts and breakdowns indicators. I share the back tests that I've done on them. It was just manual back testing. The first date that I started it was May 8th of this year. So we got about 5.5 months worth of back testing. So bullish breakout, 59% win rate, average run of 52 points. Bearish breakdown, win rate of 70%, average run of about 75 points. So I think we're looking decent right now. We are staying below. Is the breakdown signal available on TradingView? Yeah, if you look at my second to last video, it's called "This NQ Strategy is Winning." I share them. They're free. That's like the super simple one that I got. But if you want access to the back test and the spreadsheet to kind of just like calculate your risk for whatever monthly profit you want to make and whatnot, that one's on my Patreon. It's paid, but it's like $5, and I update that back test every week. And you have access to like a couple other spreadsheets that I made. Oh, look at that. Big old volatility. Something just popped in the news. Something just dropped in the news. What just dropped in the news? Financial Juice, you're not giving it to us. Financial Juice is late on this one. Any second now. Come on, Financial Juice. Tell us what happened. My golly.
Trump says the meeting with China was incredible.
Meeting with China was incredible. Okay, that's the news. So, Truth Social post. Okay.
So
Mr. Trump
speaking on
ruined
Air
our
Force One
trade.
on China says we'd love to get rid of the extra 10%.
Mr. Trump ruining our trade. Come on now. Well, this is probably now with this the play maybe to those overnight highs. My goodness. I'm just gonna hold this for now. Hopefully sellers can get back in control. If they can't, we might have to long it. So Trump, all he said was, I would love to get rid of the extra 10%, and the meeting with China was incredible. So that one little tweet or whatever he did, 100-point move almost within the matter of 30 seconds. This is why you gotta be careful with your leverage. Possibly trading pennies. That's why I'm holding this for now. Gonna let the trade play out. Technically, that breakdown signal has failed. Or actually, never mind, it hasn't failed. Never mind. The breakdown signal hasn't been solidified because of that bounce. So we need to get back below 26,090 and stay below, and that continues that breakdown signal. Kind of looks like the market wants to just continue what it was doing, but we'll see. I don't know if this is like algos or what exactly, but it is kind of interesting that sometimes, you know, news drops, you get some big volatility, and then sometimes it just comes back right to where it was, where it's like back to the regular programming. We're trending down. So interesting. Yes, max liquidity. See, this is why I'm happy I'm only in one micro. I didn't even have to be worried about this. It's just like, oh, it jumped 100 points. Okay. Doesn't do nothing.
Trump says, I will not start renegotiations with Canada. So again, Trump saying, I will not start renegotiations with Canada. Weakness in the
Okay.
Canadian dollar coming through here.
Cool. Where do you get the news? That was pretty good. The news is Financial Juice. You can get it free with like a 15 or 30-second delay. And also those like sounds that you hear, that's also on Financial Juice. It's called Tick Strike. I will not start renegotiations with Canada. But you can get the premium version. I'm affiliated with them, so I have a lifetime 67% off discount through them. And that ends up being like $30 a month if you want to get the premium. This time, Financial Juice was a bit late. I'm actually not used to them being this late. Usually, they report pretty dang early. Like, the market barely moves, and then they say their thing, and then I have like a couple seconds to react, and then the market moves. They're usually pretty early. How did I get the discount? Whenever I submitted an affiliate application with them, they gave like my code 67% discount. So like even if you get a subscription with them, I think they do quarterly subscriptions.
Trump says a deal
Like
with China is
it's
going to be
lifetime
long-lasting.
67% off if you
Now,
use
10
the
minutes away from
affiliate
the
link
top
or
of
the
hour,
code
we're
or
expecting comments
whatever
from
it
Fed's
is.
Hamac and Fed's Bostic.
The link's in the description, but it's
So they're both
lifetime.
speaking at a bank funding conference.
Okay, that bounced off this previous low here.
No indication whether a text or Q&A is expected.
Okay, Fed speaker in 10 minutes. Okay, taking a look back at gold. Gold looked like it was breaking out. It came right back down. Gold's still chopping around. NASDAQ bounced at that previous level here. It did not sweep it. It's really just that chop range. Okay, we're kind of into the boring hours of the market. Also, today I probably won't be able to join you guys for Power Hour. So whenever I'm done here for the day, which may be actually be pretty soon, I'll just leave some charts up for you guys. I'll leave gold and NASDAQ charts up for y'all. So I'll be getting off a little bit early. Keep the charts up for y'all, and then I'll just turn them off when I'll shut off the stream when I get back. I like that the S&P and NASDAQ are trading pretty much exactly the same. Moving almost exactly the same. And then gold's a little bit inverse today. But overall, a bit choppy, guys. Well, not really choppy, but may get choppy because we're like in yesterday's chop range. So it's going to be a lot of indecision, I think, in this area. This is the area that this morning I wanted to be blasted through to target lower. It's like if it gets into this area, it might honestly just play around in this range. So to be completely honest, I don't really want to there's a saying, but I'm not going to say it. Anyways, I don't want to mess around in the middle of that range.
Trump, when asked whether he's mulling Venezuela strikes, says no.
Okay, let's see the sweep for lower intraday lows. We're not just dipping, we're going much lower. This isn't a double bottom, it's a surrender. I like the story that you attached to all the market movements. I mean, so far you've been right today. Not too bad. Hopefully you didn't get shaken out of your position with this move here. I hope you didn't. I bet like a decent amount of you guys, if you did end up taking the short somewhere around here, I feel like a decent amount of you guys might have gotten shaken out with this move, or maybe even stopped out possibly. I'm hoping that's not the case, but That's kind of the reality of it, I guess. A lot of people got stopped out with this. Okay, gold started falling a bit. $26,050 bounced. Gold looks like it's curling over. But what is that, pink alligator? Okay, almost there. Almost there to give us the 50 points.
Shortly expecting comments from Fed's Hammack and Fed's Bostic.
Do I only take 50 points though? Or do I try to make more? It's only one micro. Nah, I'll lock in $100. I'll lock in 50. Bubble bottom. I don't know about double bottom. This is starting to look pretty weak, so. And I did say that if 26,100 breaks, that I'll want to short this, and I did.
Trump says Hungary's
Order
PM
filled.
Orban asked for exemptions
Okay.
on Russia sanctions, but has not granted them to him.
Locked in 100 with that.
Data from the EIA says US crude oil production rose to a monthly record high in August.
It's in this chop range. So it may go lower here, but it's also getting into this chop range, so just be careful. There may be some potential consolidation and chop here. Kind of same as what we saw yesterday. So just be careful here. If you're trying to target lower, that you're not like entering right at this level with super leverage. Expect some bounces here, or be ready for some bounces. What time do you start logging in the morning? It's a little bit different every time, but ideally I want to be logging in at 5:30 my time in the morning, which would be 8:30 Eastern. You shorted at 120 and took a break even with that spike a few minutes back. Oof. Since then, I'm waiting to find a good trade. I just wish I had patience like Pasha to hold trades for ages. Well, that wasn't even really patience there. That was just me being okay with the amount of leverage I had. I only had one micro. See, if I had like 5 or 10 micros, I would be a bit more scared, and who knows, I could have possibly gotten shaken out there with that move. I could have reversed. I could have done even worse. Instead of closing, I could have reversed there. Because, I mean, that looks strong. Okay, as far as the breakdown signal that has played out, it did get a move to the bottom of
Piece
this
from the
wick
Financial
of
Times
75
citing
points.
Treasury
So
Secretary
that's the
Bessent says
exact
China made a real mistake by firing
average
shots on
that the
rare earths.
breakdown signal gets. So it got 75 points. That's the average so far. It could continue going. Some days that breakdown signal gets 150, 200 points. Sometimes it only gets 20, which then I consider it a failed breakdown. And I don't even, actually I do clock those averages. So, yeah. Is this going to keep bleeding out? I think if it breaks 26K, yeah, I think it does. It's coming down to that 26K level, so I think if it breaks that 26K level, it probably bleeds out a bit more. I think if it breaks the 26K level, maybe the next I think playing till 25,900 is almost a given if the 26K level breaks. I think it's almost a given to get 100 points.
Bessent says under the
Microsoft
one-year deal,
cracks
China agreed to postpone
512.50.
implementation of its rare
It's a
earths
gap fill.
regime
Oh,
and buy
nice.
large amounts of US soybeans. On TikTok, Bessent says everything is ironed out in terms of permissions, and we should see a transaction very soon.
Just a reminder, don't go heavy on shorts in power hour. That's when the market loves to trap heroes. Okie dokie. What's gold doing? Okay. Guys, gold is looking bearish now. Is this a breakdown? Is this a break of
It's
trend?
Bostic now says mandates are intention. Eventually got behind this week's rate cut. So that's Bostic saying eventually I got behind this week's rate cut.
Gold is starting to look pretty weak. My prayer life, did you
Bostic says,
trade
"I supported
yesterday?
the
Could
cut
not
because I
find
still
you.
feel we're in restrictive territory."
Yesterday, the baby was up like all night, so I didn't get like any sleep at all. So I ended up, I woke up to my alarm, shot a message on the Discord, to everybody in the Discord, and I just said, hey, I'm gonna sleep in. I might catch y'all in several hours. I overslept a bit, so I did come on for a power hour yesterday. Was able to lock in like $500 per account.
Tamak says we're challenged on both sides of the mandate.
Yeah, thank you, Lynette. If you guys hit the like button, things like that, it helps the channel get promoted in the algorithm. Jonathan, I'm seeing the price as 25,900 on my chart for the NAS 100. Okay. Yeah, so whenever you're looking at the actual NASDAQ, the price is going to be different from futures.
Bessent says under the one-year deal, China allow American investors to take control of TikTok in the US.
But yeah, my prayer life, that's why I wasn't on whenever you were looking for me. I was sleeping in. Shahan waiting for a retest.
Tamak says we're
You did
barely
like
restrictive.
no 21.
Wait,
you traded like 21 contracts?
Hamak notes as well that we need to
But yeah,
maintain some
Jonathan,
restriction to bring down inflation.
in case you're not aware of it, I'm sure most of you guys know, but I'll say it anyways. Jonathan, the NASDAQ,
Max
the
says, I think we're
S&P,
right around
all
minus
that,
time
those
to
are
neutral.
indices that, you know, their price fluctuates in and out. And those are like the actual indices that track the price of the stocks in the indices. What futures are, which is what we trade on this channel, is, so for example, if I go to gold right now, it's showing 4,017, but this isn't like the spot gold price right now. This is actually like a little above spot gold price. And the reason for that is because this is a futures contract this is the price that's implied or predicted to be at the end of December. And there are a bunch of these contracts. There are some that go to the end of 2026, some that go to the end of 2027. And that's what futures are. People usually trade futures that are like the closest. So like a couple months out. So like the NASDAQ futures. So this is the December contract. So the NASDAQ might be at 25,900 right now. And the reason why the December NASDAQ futures contract is at 26,050 while the NDX is at 25,900 is because the investors are
Max says, Fed
are
policy is barely
predicting
restrictive,
a
if at all.
150-point move as of this current moment by the end of December. So that's how it works. The reason why a lot of people trade futures is because you're able to use leverage to trade futures. They have good tax treatment, so it's any trades you take in it, it's 60% long-term gains and 40% short-term gains,
Hamak says
so
inflation
favorable
is
tax
broader than
treatment.
tariffs. Core
But you also
services is
get that
strong.
favorable tax treatment with index options as well. But people just like trading futures because of the ease of use, I guess, and the tax treatment. But yeah, that's why your price will be different from the NDX or like the S&P. That's why the futures prices are all different and they're all higher. Because it's always expected that it's going to be higher than the current price
Says
of
we
the
have to see
actual
more
index.
progress before we're comfortable getting rates to neutral.
Trading pennies, I'm looking at the 25,985. Yeah, I think that was my next actual target. Actually, never mind. My next target is 25,968. 968. But yeah, Jonathan, in case you didn't know, the reason why futures were created, it was started with farmers. And my apologies if I already said this too, but it started with
Bostic says
farmers
we're not
that,
completely flying blind.
you know, they kind of needed to lock in profits or at least get a guarantee of income on their either crops or on their livestock. So whenever they would see like, oh, hay is selling for this amount right now, and it's for example, it's like winter or something, and you're like, okay, I want to make sure I can sell my hay or my cattle or whatever, my corn at this price right now.
There's little to no progress on core
And
services
basically
housing,
that's
which
how
plus the
futures
tariffs creates a more
contracts came to
concerning
be,
picture.
is because these farmers, because, you know, sometimes things like that fluctuate a lot, they could at least lock in with futures contracts. They could lock in a selling price in the future. So let's say corn is, I don't even know what the prices are, but let's just say corn is $1 per head of corn, for example, just to make it easy.
Emerging signs of softness in the labor market,
I as a
including
farmer,
layoff announcements.
I know that I'm going to have a bunch of corn to sell 6 months from now, but I'm also scared that corn might drop to 50 cents per piece. So I'm like, I want to lock in a dollar per piece. So I buy a futures contract for that's for $1 a piece, and if it drops, I'm still able to get that price, but I'm going to pay a little bit of a premium for having that contract. So you'll, like, the farmer will pay a little bit to get that guarantee. Now, if the farmer paid whatever for that contract to be able to sell corn at $1 a piece, and then corn goes to $2 a piece, well, he doesn't really lose anything. He sells his corn for more than he expected,
And
but
Fitzbostic says that less
the
than
only
half of the
loss that
upward
he
price
had
pressure
was
is
the
being
premium he
reported as
paid
from
for the
tariffs.
contract.
So seeing two
So
very
that's about
differing
it.
opinions from both Bostic
So
and Hamac. As they're making
whenever you
remarks here.
compare that to like the NASDAQ, the NDX, and NASDAQ Futures, right now, the NASDAQ, the premium that I really have to pay right now with futures is 150 points as of this very moment, or whatever it is, 100 points, 150 points. That's the premium I'm paying for being able to be guaranteed this price.
Bostic says
2
Reserve
months
Bank
from
data is
now.
important given the lack of government
If the price dumps, and I'm actually like, it might be selling futures actually for the farmer. But let's say I sell the future or whatever. Anyways, since these are cash settled, it's a little bit different. But either way, like whenever I'm buying this contract, I'm paying that premium of $150 per for the entire index for being able to hold for 2 months, and hopefully it at least appreciates that amount.
Hamac says the September cut was because of
So,
a
yeah.
sharp drop in payroll.
That's futures. Sorry for the rant. Okay. NDX currently at 25,877. Yeah, so about 120 something points of premium. Gold's taking the elevator down right now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Gold's about to test that 4K level. Gold may possibly be a decent short. That weakness started showing. And both the NASDAQ and gold are moving hand in hand right now.
Hamac says since September,
TP
data to
hit,
me says
nice.
it's not obvious that the shift in labor market is on the demand side.
Wow, dude, when did you learn that about futures? So interesting. I feel like you're being sarcastic. Well, I learned from reading books, and then one of my MBA classes talked about it slightly. If you're not being sarcastic. Heck no. Okay, good. I mean, like I said a couple of days ago, I get that imposter syndrome, so I sometimes feel like you guys already
For those
know like
interested as well,
everything
we
I
have
know.
posted out the
So I
FT
like don't want to be
article,
like talking
citing
down to you
Treasury
guys
Secretary
whenever I'm
Besant
like
on
sharing
China.
stuff.
Again, we put out the main comments
Gold
from Besant
falling
in this
now?
article earlier.
Oh, gold
But the
falling.
full
Wow,
article is now
yeah.
on the feed if you're interested.
Oh, that was a big drop. Okay,
Fitzbostic
wow,
says some
4K
of the
just
labor
dumped.
market shift is due to
Holy
structural
moly.
changes like technology, immigration, and trade policy.
Yo, whenever it was down here, I was saying it looks pretty weak. And then it just boop. It didn't even have like any. Well, actually, never mind. This is a 15-minute chart. What was I looking at? Oh, it did have a little bit of bear flagging. Dang. Missed out on that short, guys. That's unfortunate. It could go lower, but that is a little unfortunate. I was looking at the yeah, and that's getting down to a level where I would be probably closing the short. Whoops. I was not looking at the 1 or 5 minute chart. Is it finally reversal and buy the dip? Not yet. I didn't know that about futures. Thanks for the explanation. Just found out about futures and props in July of this year. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, futures like the whole point of it, why it was created was like kind of like an insurance policy. That's like why they were made.
Some of the
but
labor market changes
they kind
are
of
cyclical,
merged
but
into
slower
this.
isn't the same as weak.
Because technically, there are some brokerages that actually follow the way that futures are supposed to be traded. For example, if you trade some cattle futures and you let those contracts get to expiration, technically you like there has to be a
And
time
Bostic
and
says recession risks are not on
a
people's
date,
minds.
time, and place where the delivery must take place. Delivery and payment for cattle. So I think the futures contracts, I think the future contract is per head of cattle if you're trading the cattle. Or if you're trading gold futures, if you buy gold futures, they have to deliver physical gold to you. Whenever I traded some I think gold on Webull, they let me know, they're like, hey, we settle with cash on these futures, so they're like
US stocks
they're like, we'll
gains,
pay
with
you
the
out
S&P
cash,
up on 0.14%,
you know, on the
and
premium.
the NASDAQ up
So like Webull, for
0.55%.
example, they don't do the physical delivery, but a lot of brokerages, they actually do the physical delivery of futures, because that's like the way it's meant to be. If you buy gold futures here, for example, like basically when I'm buying this contract right here for gold, if I buy this right now at 39.85, that means that these guys, well, this is a prop firm, but like let's say this at cash account, I buy a futures contract for gold right here, right now. I just bought gold at $3,985 for, I forgot what this is, an ounce, for December 31st. So on December 31st, for $3,985, I better have an
Tamak
ounce of
says,
gold.
consumption
That's
data
how it
has been
works.
healthy,
So if gold
though I'm
jumps
seeing
up
a
to
K-shaped
5K,
economy,
I'm already
bringing about
locked,
more
since
pressure
I have
and
this
pain of the
contract,
lower-income
I'm locked
families.
in with $3,985 as the buying price. But that's why you're able to sell futures contracts at a profit, because if gold goes up to 5K and the contract expires, you know, if it's cash settled, like they'll
Tamak
just pay
says, I
you
want to
out
be
5K.
attentive to the labor picture.
You bought it at this level, they give it to you at 5K, which means you got $1,000 something premium. In other words, hope you like meat. Yep. But I'm not sure which brokerages do physical deliveries. I just know that
So Tamak also
like
notes that they're missing on
I just
the
know
inflation
that
side more than on the labor
most
side,
don't,
saying we
because
need to stay
nowadays
restrictive.
futures are just made for like trading. Now, like I think it's I forgot what the statistic was. It was like I think it might have been like 95 or 99% of futures contracts do not have a physical delivery. It was something like that. So meaning that there's only like 1% of futures that are legitimately traded to be able to buy and sell commodities or anything else. But the other 99% are just like traders, which is crazy. It's actually pretty nuts. So the whole reason futures were created, they're not being used for that nowadays anymore. Like for the majority of people that use them.
Bostic says Chair Powell's message accurately reflected. There's a range of views on the committee.
You've never felt like you're talking down to us? Sorry, I'm like getting caught up on the messages. Okay, that's good, J-Rod. Jonathan, do you think NASDAQ might bounce back up today? I'm sitting on a huge negative right now because I longed at the top today when we had that bounce up. Oof. I mean, anything's possible, but like right when I saw that that sellers were getting back in control, that's why I exited my long position and even started shorting it. It's like, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Anything could happen, but right now it doesn't look too good. We're going into end of week, end of month, bunch of options expiring. I mean, anything could happen. Still, technically, NASDAQ is up. It's green from yesterday. So it's up by about 85 points right now from yesterday. I called it 2 hours back. Yeah, good call. 40 minutes left for 1 hour close. Momentum's clearly favoring shorts.
Bostic
Perfect
says,
setup
I'm
for
glad
strong
that Powell
follow
said a
through
December
if
cut
sellers
is
hold
far from a
control till
foregone
the
move.
close.
And Vet Hanak
Snarsky's
says we're
art.
not on a preset
Snarsky's
course.
art. Here, are these eval or funded? These are evals. Oh, on gold you're talking about? Okay. Okay, so gold. Man, I can't believe I missed the short on gold. I was looking at the wrong time frame. I was looking at the 15-minute, so I was just like, "Oh, it looks weak."
And Fed's
And then I
Bostic
would
says
come
the
back and it
median
looks
of
the
the dot
same, and
plot
I'm
is
like, "Ah, it
maths.
looks
It's
weak."
not a decision
Come
process.
back. It looks like it's breaking, but I'm not. I didn't realize I was on the 15-minute time frame. I just thought it was like barely moving, but it was dumping actually. It was like boop, consolidation, boop. Missed that. It's unfortunate. In other words, oh yeah. Hope you like me. If sellers keep control, those next 3 hourly candles on gold could be brutal. I mean, yeah. Honestly. Could be pretty brutal. The thing is also, it could potentially be forming a higher low as well. So that's just something I'll be careful with. I was like looking at this to potentially short on the weakness here and target like 30 or 40 points. It basically only got like 40 points. And like if it holds here, this could just be a higher low on gold. I mean, this is the move that I needed to take and I just missed it. This is the move. Like going from here to down here, something is way less guaranteed now. And this is very big volume on this
Gold
doji
falls
candle.
over 1%.
See the
Fed's
volume on this
Bostic says
doji
every
candle?
meeting is live. Don't get ahead
That's
of
a
us.
battle between buyers and sellers. A lot of buyers came in here to hold this. One of those you'll remember where you were kind of shorts. You didn't miss it. There's still plenty of room left for the short play. Yeah, but I feel like it's risky.
Hamak says you're hearing differing viewpoints because it's not clear what the right answer on rates is.
I mean, possibly here at the 4K level, maybe. Maybe the bounce up to 4K here. I mean, we could try it. We could try to take a small gold short. Like a super tiny one.
Order filled.
Okay, taking a super
Hamak
tiny
says
one.
in the FOMC room,
Going
people change
to-
their viewpoints and adapt.
Going to risk $100 on the trade. And we could target 3 to 1 maybe. Just in case that 4K level rejects. 3 to 1 should be good.
Bostic says this is the most difficult time to make a forecast.
So I'll try the gold short there. Not gonna touch NASDAQ for now. I want to see like an obvious trend on the NASDAQ. Right now the obvious trend is down, but I'm a little bit hesitant to short. Now we'll see if gold ultimately rejects that 4K level. Jonathan, NASDAQ looks like it wants to rebound back up. Yeah, possibly. I guess it held 25,950 this time. But now it's in that chop range from yesterday. So I'm not really interested in trades in this range. Yeah. I don't think I'm interested in trades here in this range on the NASDAQ. It could be stuck in here now. As far as gold, want to see the 4K reject and a lower leg to happen, but also who knows? This is the short that I needed to take, like right here. Right when this started looking weak here, this is the trade that I needed to take right here. This would be the entry, this would be the stop loss. This would be very minimal risk for the potential reward. This would have been a 3-for-1. But I was not looking at the right time frame to
Hamak
see
says
that.
we have seen some pressure recently in the repo markets.
Maybe one day I'll title it just to bounce. Okay, golden NASDAQ moving
Hamak says,
together
in the
this
ample
time.
reserves regime, it's appropriate and efficient. Fed's Hamak says, like Fed slogan, I want to see repo rates trading roughly in line with interest on reserve rate.
Okay, getting a bit of volatility on gold here. Just a little bit. Peek through that 4K level. I don't really like it, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think I like it. Sometimes I feel like sitting on a negative and waiting for prices to go back up worked out better for me instead of selling at a loss. I think it's all just an emotional roller coaster you need to endure. I mean, yeah, like, here's the thing. If you were to have unlimited drawdown and everything like that, like, in the current market, every single huge dip, you could just buy.
Hamak says, I agree with
You
Logan
know?
that the market is shifting
If you have,
from
like,
Fed
unlimited
funds,
drawdown.
and it's now time to look more broadly
Because
for a
guess
policy
what?
rate target.
Even if the market goes into a bear market or a straight up crash or dump or whatever, if you got unlimited drawdown, you can just keep buying the dip. And it's like, statistically speaking, the market is up like all the time. Like, it's like 100% of the time it's up within 12 months or something like that from like lows or from like big sell-offs. It's just, if we're playing props, if we're playing our own cash accounts that don't have millions and billions of dollars in them, then we just have to trade as carefully as we can to limit bad positions. But if you got billions in an account, hundreds of millions, You could just buy every single dip and not even worry about it. And you'll make a lot of money. You took the long 10 at 958 NQ to 020. Brilliant. Wow. Very, very nice trade. Wow, 10 minis. Mr. Scalp Ripper. Not bad. Okay. NASDAQ pushing out. Need to see this gold breakdown. I don't like the gold. I don't like the gold trade very much now.
FedTamax says there is a benefit to having the smallest balance sheet that we can.
Wait, 257.50 on that trade? What? 58 to 20? 10 contracts? How'd you only make 257 bucks? Wait, 10 micros. 10 micros with that move, that would have been 10 micros is $500. Or sorry, that would be $650. Yeah, I know. That's with micros.
Fed's Bostic on the other
How'd
hand
you only
says I
get
would like a little extra buffer on the
$257?
balance sheet.
Oh, did you like take partials on the way up or something? You must have taken partials on the way up. Because 10 micros, 958 to 020. That's $620. That's $620 with 10 micros. Okay, you took partials up. Nice, that's a good discipline trade then. Oh, Goldilocks. See if that 4K level drops. Looks like it's going to give up. Oh, it's going up, okay. Holding a loser isn't patience, it's gambling on hope. Though hit through history, that is mostly correct. Yeah, I mean, with if you have unlimited drawdown, it's been 100% correct to just buy every single dip. It's just you have to be a politician or a billionaire or maybe 8 or 9 figure millionaire, or else you're gonna get margin called. I've been waiting for that big sell-off, but doesn't seem to be happening. And by big sell-off, you're talking about like breaking through the lows that we saw a couple weeks ago. Happy Friday, Pasha. Happy Halloween, everyone. Hey, happy Friday, J-Turn. Death Candle Friday. Trail the stops. Nice. Yeah, I like trailing stops too. Sometimes I trail them a little bit too tight and mess up. J-turn bear flag. I mean, we'll see. It's kind of not looking too bear flaggy anymore on gold. But we'll see. I'm just hoping that for this psychological level to reject that 4K. Let's see if we could get a lower leg here on gold. I mean, I got my stop loss set and everything. It's $100 risk for $300 reward, so either way, it's fine. A bear flag on NQ. NQ doesn't really look like a bear flag either, though. What a good day. Or an insider. Yeah, I guess so. Trading pennies is bear flaggy a technical term? Yes, sir. If you turn to page 485 of the trading handbook, bear flaggy is a bear flag that is not fully formed. Mm-hmm. Scalper probably could have held a bit longer because it was still holding, but when I see profit, I take it. No, that's honestly the best way of doing it. See, I notoriously hold trades, or have held. Maybe I should stop doing it, but I notoriously hold trades way too long sometimes. Sometimes it works out where I get like a full-on move and I cash out at the levels I'm looking for. But sometimes I'm like holding on way too long, and even letting a trade like draw down way too much from the max profit that it was at. And like just taking profit when you see it, especially like on even slight weakness or right when it gets to whatever levels you got, or taking partials on the way up and fully exiting. Like all of that is very important for funded accounts. So there's definitely no issue with doing that. Solid day today, up 8K. Nice J-turn. You'll concede that point. It's bear flaggy. More like a V-shaped recovery. Now, is gold bear flaggy right now? Maybe. Maybe, just maybe. Maybe, just maybe we got something like this. Maybe. Maybe, just maybe. $13.29.60 across 4 accounts, 3 funding ticks, 1 legends. Done for the day. Nice job, Scalp Ripper. Not a bad day. My prayer life, do you believe in Halloween? Just wondering. Of course I believe in it. It happens every year. There's people walking around in weird costumes every year. As far as do I celebrate it? No. I do not. I honestly think it's a I don't like hopefully I don't offend any of you guys out there. Maybe for y'all that are Christians, hopefully I offend you enough to maybe get you thinking, but I'm going to try to say it with love. Why the heck is Halloween even a thing? I know like where it started initially. They mean if I believe in Hallows Eve? No, I guess not. Like believe in is an interesting term. Like believe that it exists? Yeah, like yes. Do I believe that it's something that I need in my life? Heck no. But like why is Halloween a thing? Why are there grown adults walking around in costumes on October 31st? And it's not just like the whole holiday is not even just like some like little fun thing. It's like you've got like gore and like filth and like horror on the streets. It's kind of weird. For those of you guys that are Christians, I hope I do offend you a little bit with like what I say about Halloween, but I think it's weird. For those of y'all that are not Christians, not believers, I hope you at least question like why does it make sense to even like glorify that stuff? It's weird. It's very weird. First timer and newbie, thanks for the info. Of course, Dougie Freshness. Now it's a
As Boston says,
commercial
the
event
biggest
for
question on
costumes, candy, and for
stablecoins
adults
is which
liquor.
use
Yeah.
case will become dominant.
I mean,
cross-border payments are likely to be one.
companies and whatnot, yeah, they take advantage of all of it. Same thing with Christmas. Christmas has just been made into this big shopping spree. Neve, wife and I are going to the pub tonight to escape from it. You mean when you were younger, you never went trick-or-treating? I did not know. I think it's a little weird, honestly. Here's the thing, like, if it were a holiday where you just, like, dress up as whatever, dress up as, like, Chuck Norris and stuff, I know that some people do that. And you just went around, like, and it was, like, this neighborhood thing of, like, hey, you know, giving each other candy, baked goods, like, whatever, like all communities getting together and doing that. I think it would be completely normal. The weird part about it is that it's literally like the majority of it is glorifying like horror and like demonic stuff. Like why is it that I turn on my TV and during this time of year there's straight up like all kinds of paranormal horror, like all this evil stuff on the TV. Like I'm literally getting ads for like some horror movies. I got like YouTube Kids playing, and then there's like straight up gory, scary stuff on the TV. Like I have to just shut off the TV. Like I can't even have the kids turn it on because on the menu there's like instant horror movies with like crazy traumatic like images. It's weird. It's so weird. I don't know. I might offend some of you guys, I might not, it doesn't matter, but I'd rather speak the truth, but I think it's very weird that that type of thing exists. How else are we supposed to scare away the demons? I guess. Part of American culture. I love Halloween, celebrated it my whole life. And an adult now still celebrate it. Love horror movies as well. I mean, yeah, I guess people do that. It is different culture and etc. Dressing up as a bear. I've never met anyone that glorifies it. I think most people I know treat it as a joke and fun, like a carnival. I guess, yeah. But like, you know, like even on my street, like literally neighbors have like dead bodies, like these fake dead bodies all over their lawn, like zombie freaking skeletons like sticking out of the ground and all this stuff. I'm like, dude, this is nuts. Like, I don't want my kids to be frightened walking by your house. Like, why? What's the point? Really struggling to get even a little profit. You're a great sim trader, but real is a failure. I don't understand this. I mean, the psychological aspect might be getting to you. Maybe try to either completely lower your leverage or just take a break, quit for the day. Just entertainment and culture. Evastein evil. Chahan festivals weren't just about culture, they were designed liquidity events long before markets exist. What? Liquidity events? Yes, we used to celebrate it for our 10-year-old, but not this year. Thanks for your input. Yeah, I mean, I just think it's weird. I mean, there are like, not to get into too much stuff about it, because I know we got people that are non-Christians on the stream too, and like, I'll be respectful to y'all as well, but I also won't, you know, I won't be afraid to speak the truth. The thing about Halloween is that it honestly is glorifying like things that are anti-God. Death, killing, demons, monsters, like things that are supposed to put fear into people. And the thing about fear is that any type of fear that is not the fear of God is satanic fear. It is a type of fear that Christians do not have to experience. So fear of paranormal, fear of all of those types of things is technically not a godly fear. It's something that God protects Christians from. So like the fact that there's like a celebration that celebrates that fear and even surrounds is mostly created like, or not created, but mostly pushed on kids, I think is scary, to be honest. Like I said, I might offend some of y'all by saying this stuff, but I'm not, you know, I'm not gonna shy away from what I believe is the truth. Who cares if it offends people? People are too sensitive today anyways, allowing words to hurt them. I mean, yeah, true, people do get offended pretty easily nowadays. I think most of you guys in the channel, I would probably say even all of you guys in the channel, especially the ones that have been viewers here for a while, I feel like all of you guys are pretty mature. So even if I say stuff that you guys don't agree with, I feel like y'all are very mature adults, and you don't, like, even if you disagree with me, you're not going to be like, oh, screw you, Pasha, I'm going to another streamer. Like, we bounce ideas off each other all the time. So I really respect that about you guys, that even if you don't agree with what I'm saying, they're not just like cussing me out in the chat. Because like I'll share what I believe. I'll share my opinion on things, but you know, we can agree to disagree on stuff as well.
In 10 minutes' time now, at the top of the hour, we see the release of the
You've
weekly
esteemed
Baker Hughes
spiritual
rig count
darkness.
numbers. Oil rigs prior
Phuket,
was
it's
420.
the only night
Total
of
rigs
the
prior
year where I can
550.
entertain other people's children without getting into trouble. Yeah, I guess that's true too. You got a bunch of kids coming up to your doorstep in all these funny costumes. Is it bearish or bullish? I mean, here's the NQ. I mean, it's still bearish. I'm still waiting for this gold trade to play out. Satan is slick like that, but the Bible says abstain from even the appearance of evil. Yeah, like a lot of stuff that the Bible says not to do, like during Halloween, it's like I said, glorified. Witchcraft, killing, all that stuff, it's considered an abomination before God. For MNQ, is it going up or down? It's going down right now. As far as will it continue going down, I don't know. I can't tell you that. There's this dumb, I'm guessing dumb neighbor that's close to my house that literally puts like 100 or more tombstones on their lawn. It's pretty idiotic. I agree, it's totally dumb. That's weird. But like for some people, it might not be weird because they grew up doing it. I immigrated here from the Soviet Union, or when I immigrated, it was probably Russia at that point. So like growing up in that culture, when like we thought it was super weird. I still think it's weird, and I grew up here. I still think it's weird. I even think it's weird that there are a lot of Christian churches that celebrate it. I think that's really weird. A lot of things are weird, guys. Where are the Epstein files? That's weird. What's happening in Hollywood? That's weird. Okay, that's enough of that. No more stuff. I'm not saying no more weird stuff. Okay. Liquidity event means a time when money and activities surge. Lots of buying, selling, and circulation of capital. Okay, that makes sense, yeah. Keep preaching the word, Pasha. Love it. Thanks, Julie Horn. People spend more, merchants earn more, goods move faster. Basically, economic volume spikes, just like volume spike on a chart. Yeah. So like that would make sense, yeah, from the commercial point of view. The same reason why, you know, for Christmas it's like the actual reason for the holidays forgotten about, or like definitely not the main part. The main part is presents and putting up a Christmas tree. Is MNQ going up or down? You keep repeating it. Is MNQ going up or down? I don't know the future, brother. It looks bearish right now, but I don't know if it's gonna go up or down. It looks like it might continue going down, but there's potential support here. I don't know. If we find support here, maybe it goes up. Maybe it goes up to test 26,100. That's possible. I've been reading that it opens Demonic portals, probably celebrating Halloween. My daughter likes trick-or-treating. Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's been kind of, it's like, there's like a good aspect of it, and that's like the trick-or-treating, quote unquote, where it's just like kids going out, saying hi to their neighbors and getting some sweets. But that's like, the rest of it is cloaked in this weird, mysterious, satanic, demonic thing, you know? It's like there's like this little good part of it, which is community, getting out together, getting candy, having fun. But then everything else is like, what the heck is going on? No one can predict the market. Exactly.
In 5 minutes time
I
now,
think
at the
so,
top
but
of the
see,
hour, we see
I
the release of the
think
Baker Hughes
I'm not
big
going to
account
predict
numbers.
where it goes. That's
Oil
why I'm not
rigs
taking a
prior
trade right now.
420,
I am trying
total
to
rigs prior
trade the
550.
gold short. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to trade the gold short. I'm still not 100% sure if it dumps here. It might not. Kind of looks like maybe a bear flag is forming and starting to fail, but I don't know. But that's the only trade I'm in right now. I'm not in any other trade. And even for this gold trade, I'm like tempted to even just close this. Not let it run. That's the problem today. People don't speak the truth. Sorry, I'm super behind on messages. Because they're too afraid to offend someone. Speak your mind and let them interpret what it means to them. People need to be adults. Agreed. Anti-God in all religions. Phuket, I'm offended. Sorry for offending you, brother. If they cuss you out, bro, just block them. You don't need that type of immaturity. Yeah, I mean that's why I say in the chat, like, you know, please refrain from using any cuss words, any things like that. Even like the PG cuss words, like, I'd rather just keep chat clean. Basic humanity, parading decapitated bodies for children is not cool. That's my thought. That's why I think Halloween's weird. See, like Halloween's just weird. When you look at like Mexican culture, like you guys know Day of the Dead or whatever. I don't know too much about it, but I know somewhat like why it exists, the Day of the Dead. The Day of the Dead, at least, although I don't agree with it because I don't believe that we can communicate with our ancestors or anything like that. Like the Day of the Dead, at least, is like not this. I mean, it's weird, but it's not as weird as Halloween. Halloween is straight up like demonic, satanic, glorifying evil. The Day of the Dead is like they're celebrating death, as in like they're celebrating. They're like celebrating and remembering those that died before them, their ancestors, family, whatever. It's a celebration of their family. So like even though it's a little bit weird and I don't agree like that you can communicate / feed your ancestors or whatever, the stuff that they do, at least it's not like, the Day of the Dead, like, oh, let's go fake chop off each other's heads in the streets and run around as witches casting spells, If I join the channel, do you help with entries? No. I'll be honest. I don't help with entries. I just live trade. I live trade and I talk through my thoughts and what I'm thinking, what I'm doing, and that's about it. What you do get from joining is you get a backtest of the very, very simple strategy, which is the 15-minute orb and the trend line breakout and breakdown. So that strategy backtest to about 5.5 months worth, that comes in with the channel membership. And I update that every week.
1 minute remaining for the big
Continuing that, how differently
keep in mind
to
these
manage
can be
50 or
slightly delayed.
150k account? Continuing that, I think
Bostic
think
and
you
Hamak
just
have now concluded their remarks.
on the 50k, 1/3 of your risk. You just leverage appropriately based on the drawdown. So the 50k I think is 2k drawdown, 150k is 4.5k, so you could like 2.5 exit on the 150k. Like for me, I've been kind of making my full position size basically five contracts, 5 micros, so half of a mini on the 150k. But I think like 10 micros might be fine as well on the 150k. You could even do like 20 micros. We're stronger than that. God is great. God is good. Amen. Whoa, I'm like super behind messages, guys. My bad. Oh my. I'm like super behind. Okay, they're slowly starting to celebrate it over there too. Over in Russia. Okay. I mean, Russians are weird too, don't get me wrong. The KGB was the last thing you want to be knocking
Total
on your
rigs
door.
546, 546.
That's crazy. Could you please condemn Russians? Could I please condemn Russians? Well, yeah, I think anybody attacking, attacking other countries, killing innocent people, like I condemn that, yeah. I don't support any wars.
Which is down 4 rigs from the prior week.
Looking at the hourly candle on the
Excuse me, down
MNQ,
6
what do you
rigs from the
think
prior week.
about? Is it up or down? Possibly down. J-Turn, good question. What about those Epstein files? Personally, the best way to peace is to invite Russia into NATO. Well, apparently Putin asked to join NATO and he was declined, but I don't know how true that is. It's weird. Grab an arm and pull Pasha out of the rabbit hole, guys. Keep adjusting your trend line like everyone does. Eventually, once the move's over, you'll have the perfect trend line that explains everything in hindsight. Uh-huh. What about looking at the hourly candle? Gold should drop again now. Katerina, Russians are spineless losers, cannot throw over. Please watch the language, Katerina. Have you heard about the signal Hindenburg omen? Yeah, I saw that. Hindenburg omen, but it can take a while for it to actually play out. The issue are Jews and Russians. Gold is going to drop. Censoring the chat is a very Russian thing to do. I mean, I'm not censoring speaking. I'm saying to not use curse words. You can like share your opinion and write everything you want. Just don't use curse words. That's the only rule. Like you can call out Russians, you can call out Jews. I don't care. You can call out Japanese people. Just don't use curse words. What is your entry and exit point on the gold short? I'm trying to target my entry is 39.96 and my trying to target 39.66. Just trying to get 30 points. Day of the Dead is still respecting and honoring those who passed, yeah. If y'all have that attitude, why is it a tradition to straight lie to kids about Santa? I think that's dumb too. I think the Santa thing's dumb too. The real reason for Christmas is Jesus Christ was born onto this earth. That's the whole reason for Christmas. Everything else is like it's a distraction. Love you, Pasha. Please join on Market Open. What, for tomorrow? I will, yeah. Funny costumes and candy is chill. The rest is weird. Like, why are we trying to traumatize / scare children? Yeah. Americans are the weirdest people on the planet. Yeah, one of the weirdest. I've seen weirder, but yeah. What definitely known around the world as being the weirdos though. What's your entry and exit? Okay, I already answered. You do realize Americans sells weapons to the other countries that use them to kill others. The US is the biggest death deal. Yeah, I am aware of that. And I do not support it. The account size and contract size or percent almost doesn't matter because in my opinion you should dynamically change the risk depending on the stop loss. Yeah, that's true too, what Yo-Yo said. Let's see. Okay, I finally got to the bottom of the messages, guys. Sorry, I got super behind. Whoa. Okay. So I'm still trying to short this gold. NASDAQ continues to fall down. NASDAQ continuing to go down. NASDAQ is getting to... Wow, well, it broke through our key level. So NASDAQ potential target would be 25,850 now. I've just been sitting here paying attention to the gold short. Gold may bounce with this NASDAQ and S&P sell-off. Although maybe not, maybe they move hand in hand. Wow. Wow. Well, I'm happy I didn't jump in to any NASDAQ longs. This is fake account name. Never use real name online. We're weirdos, sure, but we're number one weirdos. It went above 96. It's at 99. By the way, Katerina, just wanted to mention this. So yeah, I did say I'm born in Russia and everything, but I don't like as a Christian, like there's no like once you become a Christian, you're a you're no longer like let's say your identity is no longer, you know, part of some people group or nationality or whatever. Like you're part of the greater body of Christ. So you're now joined with other believers. And the thing about that is that believers in Ukraine and believers in Russia need to be joined, even though their governments are fighting each other, and even people in their country are fighting against each other. It's sad. There are never, like, nobody wins in a war out of the people that are fighting. The sad thing is that the people that are fighting have no interest in being there. The people that are dying have no interest being there. The people that are dying have really nothing to gain. They only have everything to lose, which is their life. How did this channel get so political? Well, I'll try not to get into politics. I didn't mean to. I like to keep it more closer to trading and you know, mention God and Jesus and whatnot. But yeah. Leah. Israel was the prime backer of Hamas in order to disrupt the PLO. No comment. I'm liking the 25,869 for bounce. NASDAQ has been bleeding out like a fat pig. Weirdos with the most nuclear weapons. Yeah. Love you, Pasha. You're a nice guy. Thanks, I guess. I sank them. Pasha, are you Orthodox? No, I don't put myself into really any of those categories other than Christian. I believe in the Bible. The Bible has everything that I need to know. Just the defense contractors. Yeah, the politicians win. I disagree. The Russian population is at least maybe even more guilty than the government of Russia because they support the attack on Ukraine. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I can't group everybody all together. Also, here's another thing I should mention. Whether you're Christian or not, the reality is every single person that's born onto this earth is a sinner, and they are susceptible to sin. They're susceptible to doing evil. So it doesn't matter like who the victim is, who the attacker is. Every single one of us is susceptible to evil. Every single one of us is susceptible to hate, to kill people, you know, to do a lot of evil on this world. As much as you think you may be a good person, you're not. That's just the reality of it. You're not a good person. And there are people in Ukraine that you might think are good people, and based on this world's standards, they would be considered good people, but they're not. They're evil. And the same thing with people on the Russian side that are the straight up attackers and the ones that are going and killing civilians. They look like they're evil based on our standards, and they are evil. But not because of our standards where we say, oh, you killed a civilian, you're evil. No, it's even when they were young and before they even did any of that, when they even had hate in their hearts, they were already murderers. They didn't even have to kill anybody to already be considered a murderer. And that's based on what Christ has said. So every single person on this earth is evil. Every single person on this earth deserves hell and deserves death because we have fallen short of the glory of God, and the only other place to go is not to him. That's where Jesus comes in. Because he took our sin upon himself, our evil upon himself, and that's the only way we're able to be cleansed and in death be joined with him. So that's the last thing I'll say about that. How to start with religion. I'm Catholic, but I want to become more serious. Chat should not dictate your stream, only you should. The majority of Russia is Orthodox Christians. Yeah. Considering if you're talking about how to start with religion or whatever, I would just pick up the Bible and start reading it. You don't need religion. You don't need like some kind of system or anything like that. You need to just read the truth, find out the truth, and you'll be led after finding out the truth what to do next. Whether that's join a church, join some fellow believers, have a community, all comes with it. Join people that are on that path. What does becoming a serious Catholic mean? I guess it's going to mass every week or something. You nailed that one. The Russian population are fed with fake news. I don't blame them. The same happens in my country. Yeah, I mean every single country gets gets propaganda fed to them. So I wouldn't say it's past the US. I'm sure the US gets a lot of propaganda. So and people are manipulated very easily. How long does it take for you to pass evals? Like Top Step? I've never done Top Step, but for Take Profit Trader, I mean it varies. When I was doing like max risk, and by max risk I'm talking about like 5 minis per account. I was passing within a couple days, within the 5 days. Pastor Pasha. To be fair, there are good people with good hearts who are not Christian as long as that is acknowledged. I disagree with the Catholic ideology that everyone is inherently bad. That logic is wrong. My man, you're not a murderer if you haven't murdered someone. Literally makes no sense. Again, you're not a murderer if you haven't murdered someone. So Jesus mentions that, and he says if you hate your brother, then you have committed murder in your heart. So, and the original fall of man made us all be born sinful. And you can even, like, it might not be popular opinion, but you can see that even with your own kids. I got an 8-month-old. He's cute and I love him, but he's selfish. He's selfish, just like a lot of us are selfish. He's born selfish. He's born looking for. He's like looking at me as I'm talking about him. He's like all curious, like what is Dad saying? Is he talking smack? He's like he's smiling, but he's selfish. And that's how all kids are. I'm not saying that they're gonna go to hell if
25
they die,
counterparties take 51 spot
because
802 billion
I
at the
think God
Federal
has
Reserve Corporation.
God has mercy on those that, you know, God is a just God. He's fair. So those maybe people that do not have the mental capacity to understand what sin is, God's sacrifice, things like that, or if they're still at the age where they don't understand, I think God has mercy on them. But the fact of the matter is, we're we're all born selfish, sinful, and everything in between. Philosophy of Religion by John Hick. Don't listen to Christians who say the Bible is true. Have an open mind. Chauhan, I did have an open mind, and I have gone down very many paths, and I did do a lot of digging. I tried to I don't know. I think nowadays people call it deconstructing their faith, and I did go down the path. I grew up in a Christian family, and I completely left, and I thought I was too smart. I thought, like, it's all bogus.